have we got any of those grooming gangs in London?
I'm unclear, Chair, what is meant by the question. If she could spell it out, I can answer.
I've just spelt it out.
Susan Hall grills Sadiq Khan on accountability. His response sparks backlash. You're not going to believe what just happened in London politics. Susan Hall, the Conservative candidate for London Mayor, went head-to-head with Sadiq Khan, and let me tell you, it was not business as usual. This wasn't some polite debate about transport fares or housing plans. No. Hall zeroed in on one of the most controversial and emotional issues of the past decade: public safety, law enforcement, and the unanswered questions that keep coming back. And when she pressed him, Khan didn't have an answer. The cameras were rolling, the tension was boiling, and for a moment, the entire room froze. So, here's what went down. At a recent debate, Hall confronted Khan directly on failures she claims have left Londoners vulnerable, from slow police responses to the lack of transparency on sensitive cases. The issue was clear: Londoners feel unsafe, and Khan hasn't done enough to reassure them. Hall didn't mince her words. She asked point-blank whether Khan was willing to accept responsibility for repeated failings on crime prevention. Khan, visibly uncomfortable, dodged. He pivoted. He talked about funding, government cuts, anything but the core of the question. And that's when the atmosphere shifted. Hall doubled down. Londoners deserve straight answers, she said, not excuses. And the crowd. They murmured, some clapped, some booed, but the point was made. This wasn't just another back and forth in a mayoral debate. This moment cuts into a much deeper problem: the trust gap between London's leadership and its people. Public safety has been one of Khan's weakest points. Knife crime continues to dominate headlines, violent incidents in certain boroughs remain stubbornly high, and critics argue that Khan's leadership has leaned more on rhetoric than real change. Hall, sensing an opening, hammered that weak spot. She wanted viewers and voters to see Khan cornered, hesitant, and out of answers. And honestly, she got what she wanted. Political insiders were quick to weigh in. One senior Tory strategist told a local outlet, "This is the moment Susan Hall proved she can land a punch. Khan can't afford to look rattled, but he did." Labour allies tried to spin it differently. A Labour councillor dismissed the clash, saying, "Hall is just exploiting fear. Khan is dealing with systemic challenges that go far beyond one mayor." And of course, the public reaction was louder than both. Social media lit up within minutes. One viral post read, "Khan's silence says more than his speeches ever could." Another countered, "Susan Hall is grandstanding. She has no plan beyond pointing fingers." This wasn't just a debate moment, it became a political storm online. And here's the bigger picture. Susan Hall knows she's the underdog in this race. Polls have consistently shown Khan in the lead, despite mounting criticism. But politics isn't always about percentages, it's about moments. And this could be one of those moments that shifts the tide. Think about it. The average Londoner watching doesn't have time to parse through funding spreadsheets or long manifestos. What they see is body language, confidence, who looks like they're in control, and who looks cornered. And in that snapshot, Hall looked relentless. Khan looked defensive. But, let's be clear here. Khan is no rookie. He survived countless storms before, from transport strikes to protests, from cost-of-living crises to clashes with central government. He knows how to bounce back. And you can bet his team is already in full damage control mode. Expect new press releases, new ads, maybe even a bold policy announcement in the coming days, all designed to drown out this moment. Because they know it's stuck. So, what does this mean for London's future? On one hand, Hall supporters will frame this as proof Khan is out of touch, unwilling to face the hard questions. On the other, Khan's loyalists will argue that Hall is fear-mongering, oversimplifying complex issues for political points. Both sides will dig in. The press will keep the clips circulating. And the voters? They'll be left with one question echoing in their minds. Do I trust this mayor to keep me safe? That's the real battleground. Not statistics. Not speeches. Trust. And that's why this matters so much. Because if Hall can hammer that message again and again, showing Khan not just wrong but weak, evasive, hesitant, she might just narrow the gap enough to turn this into a real fight. But if Khan regains his composure, reframes the debate, and convinces Londoners that Hall is all criticism with no solutions, then this flash of drama will fade as just another debate highlight. Either way, London politics just got hotter. And the question remains, was this the beginning of a turning point? Or just a momentary stumble for a mayor who's been here before? We'll find out soon enough. But one thing's certain, this clash won't be forgotten.